And joining me now is our Bundesliga pundit, Armin Geltinger. Armin, so Hamburg lived to fight another day in Germany's top flight, but they just were not that convincing, were they?
Hamburg was not convincing at all. In fact, Greuther Fürth looked like the sharper, the better team in both encounters. And Hamburg really needed all the luck not to be relegated to the second division. I think all in all, Hamburg had a terrible season. They conceded the most goals in the Bundesliga. And it's very telling that they couldn't even manage a single win against the third team from the second division and had to rely on the away goal rule to secure Bundesliga games next season.
Now, we'll talk about what went wrong with Hamburg previously on FC Daily. So I'll ask you this instead. What's next for Hamburg? I mean, are they able to recover from probably one of their worst seasons in their 51-year history?
This was definitely the worst season they ever experienced. I think there will be a lot of changes coming over the summer months. First of all, in a couple of weeks, they will have an EGM of the members of the club to vote on a structural change which would make the first team into a for-profit organization, which is the structure most common in the Bundesliga, right? And that would also allow outside investors to chip in and bring some fresh cash, which Hamburg badly needs to invest in new players. So that's one change on the structural side. I think Mirko Slomka, the new coach, now in the summer period will have a lot of time to create a team he wants. So we will see a lot of players leave, a lot of new players join, and then he will try to get them to a better start than what they have this year.
So you think the solution to their problems is just money? That they have to have the money to solve their problems?
Not only the money. They really need to, the club needs to have a better structure suited for the professional Bundesliga football. And I think they're working on that. With that, they will have more experienced people in the board of directors and the club management. That will definitely help. Mirko Slomka hopefully will get the chance to coach the entire season. I mean, let's not forget he was the third coach this season for Hamburg. And if you constantly change the coach every couple of months, I mean, this is the result of it, really. And I think they need a couple more players. I mean, some of the players are just not good enough for the Bundesliga. But the two best players, Hakan Çalhanoğlu and Pierre-Michel Lasogga, they are most likely to leave the club.
Right. All right. Thank you very much, Armin. Now, Armin, being a Bayern Munich fan, I'm sure you're very delighted with that DFB Pokal victory. The interesting thing was Bayern Munich, despite winning the league title in record time, started that final as underdogs against Borussia Dortmund. Why do you think that was so?
Dortmund looked just much sharper, much better in form in the last couple of games. They were unbeaten the last 9 matches in the Bundesliga, winning 7 out of them. And Bayern obviously had a terrible experience in the Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid. So I think from the pure form perspective, they looked just better at the current juncture. And then very recently, Dortmund won 3-0 in Munich at the Allianz Arena and a great performance. So combining these two factors, I think most people thought that the advantages would be slightly on Dortmund's side.
No, we heard Pep Guardiola earlier on saying that this is probably his most challenging season as a coach. We know he has had his fair share of critics so far in his first year stint in Bayern Munich. But do you think winning the double for this club has silenced the critics, or is it enough to silence the critics?
I think Bayern Munich and Pep Guardiola had a fantastic season overall. They not only won the German domestic double, the Bundesliga as well as the DFB Pokal, but they also won the UEFA Super Cup as well as the FIFA Club World Cup. So he won 4 titles, a fantastic result overall. Of course, the exit at the Champions League semi-finals against Real Madrid was a low point of the season, and he faced a lot of criticism for that. And I think the good thing is he realized and acknowledged the mistakes he did there on a tactical point of view. And I think he will have learned from it, and I look forward to next season, and I think Bayern will be a big challenger for the Champions League once again.
All right, thank you very much, Armin.